the gift of gab, so we have to get online and talk to people through the camera. That's our function. Now, you're asking, do Goyim have a similar thing? Oh, I would say, why not? You know, each nation that the Goyim have, each one has like their own role in things. You know what I'm saying?
Makes sense. It's
Yeah.
4th and 2 for the Texans.
This is it?
They are down by 15 points. There are 7 minutes 48 seconds left in the game. Matt Shaw back to pass.
Ooh.
And the Texans have a first down. They're at the Baltimore 21. Now, the Outscroll commentary says, the more materially lustful a person is, the less he can bear to part from this life to the holier one awaiting him. Conversely, the more spiritual his earthly life has become, the less he is encumbered by his body's animal demands and instincts. Do you buy that?
Say that again? I was watching the game.
The more materially lustful a person is,
Yes.
the less he can bear to part from this life to the holier one awaiting him. Conversely, the more spiritual his earthly life has become, the less he is encumbered by his body's animal demands and
Who are they
instincts.
quoting on that?
Who's this? Larissa Sai, Layla?
Oh, I didn't even heard of that person.
God, you don't know who the Larissa Sai Layla is? Oh man, what a great commentator. Oh, my favorite. Woo, some of his insights blow me away every time I study him. Totally learn him to my benefit.
Yeah, okay, I'll take their word for it. I don't even know who that is.
So,
Some obscure...
maybe you're too materially lustful a person, because that's why you can't bear to part from this life to the holier one awaiting you.
I am very lustful. I'm not ashamed to say it.
So do you think the next life is holier than this one?
Holier?
Yeah.
You know, there's a Hasidic Vort that says that that this is actually the holiest of all, because even though that it looks like there's nothing holy about it intrinsically, that when you do something in this world to make it holy, right? You take, like, you know, you do a mitzvah in this world, there's nothing up in the other worlds that can compete with it. Like, you can go to Gan Eden and you can sit and learn Torah all day, but, right? And there's nothing but, you know, Yetzer Tov over there. You know what I mean? There's no Yetzer Hora in Gan Eden. You following?
Yeah.
So you might think that that's the holiest, because it's like, you know, walking into shul, there's like nothing, you know what I mean? But actually the holiest is in this world when a Jew does a mitzvah. When a Jew does a mitzvah in this world, the fact that he's doing it beside, in the face of all the temptation, and we know that you're a person who's heavily tempted. You deal with tremendous temptation.
Terrible.
You know, so when you do a mitzvah, wow, that's big.
So Ellen wants to know how your job search is coming along.
My what search?
Your job search.
I think it's about as good as my wife's search. I think they're on par with each other. I basically stopped looking for both of them a long time ago.
What are the most common jobs that people recommend to you? I'm sure people love to give unsolicited advice.
Oh yeah, I love this one. Rabbi, why don't you have your own shul? No.
But you don't want to have like a minion at your apartment?
That's all I want is 10 Jews to walk in there. No.
No? What about working with kids? You'd be so good.
That's a good one.
I'm surprised none of the shows here in Pico Robertson have asked you to take charge of their youth program.
Right, you know, and there's also, halakhically, I'm not even allowed to be a teacher. You know why?
You're a convicted sex offender?
There's that. Because single guys are not allowed to teach because the moms are going to come to pick up the kids, and, you know, that's a question of sneas. Because Lord knows how attracted to married women who've had kids I am, right?
Yeah.
Wow, I can't keep...
Whoa.
Woo! Can't...
Woo.
Yeah. Yeah. Woo!
Sheriff suggests that you teach the ways of the land to the Mexicans. Teach them how to be American. Is there any money in that?
What?
Hey. What about Starbucks?
I actually went in there once looking for a job.
What happened?
They didn't have any openings for me. You know what though? I can't work there anymore because there was a Pesach that came out earlier this year that Starbucks is a problem halachically to order some of their items. It's not kosher, so I couldn't work behind them because I began the serving trip. I went in there last week to Starbucks a couple times because I had an internet connection problem. So I went in there. It's like I wanted to order something, but I got juices. The juices are Circle K.
Yeah.
So but I don't want to work there. I can't work there.
I want to be a babysitter.
Is that what
Him, Daddy suggested you be a babysitter.
No.
So, did we miss anything from your list?
No, my list is done. And what about you? Is there anything else you want to talk about that's worthwhile? Anything from there?
Okay.
See if you can bring.
Guest 13 says, "I wish you had your own shul. I want to learn with you." So, you're a hot woman, Guest 13? And what about mashkiach work? You're a mashkiach for years.
Oh my God! I'd rather die than do that again.
Why?
Ugh. You know why? I told you why. It's a form of Gehenna. It's a form of living hell to work in kashrus.
Why? Tell me again.
It's just the. I don't want to say it. It's the repository for everything bad. It's full of lashon hora. It's full of politics. It's full of criminal activity, both blatant and also,
dodgy.
Yeah, and it's sketchy people. It brings out the worst in everybody, and I saw a lot of it. I saw a lot of terrible things, and it was right up in front of me. I told you, my boss. My personal boss, the one who hired me, right, got busted for embezzlement. Big time. We're talking millions of bucks.
And what about those murders that you saw? I mean, that really sent a chill up your spine.
I didn't see any murders.
And there's multiple acts of adultery, like right there.
He also got in trouble. He got in trouble also for adultery, for that, and for drugs. And one of the top guys got busted with his pants down with some other guy's wife. It all goes on. It's just
why? Like I thought this was like for making like food holy. Like how could all these rotten things go on in a business with such a holy profession?
I think it's like this. The Torah says that the more mitzvahs that you do, the stronger the Yetzer Hora fights. If you're not doing anything in Torah, right? You're just like going to college, and you're learning about dinosaurs, right? You got nothing to do with Judaism, right? You just like the Yetzer Hora is going to leave you alone because you're not doing anything. But if you're like in the forefront of kashrus, if you're like in Yanei HaKadosh, right? You're doing things that are holy work for the Jewish people. The Yetzer Hora comes in it comes with like a blitzkrieg. It comes in it just fires at you from every angle. And I saw the worst of it in kashrus, and I was just so thankful to get out of there.
What were the worst things that you saw?
I told you these things. I said this.
Did you know your boss was embezzling and adulterating?
I didn't know about it until it all came out. But I suspected one thing. Because I remember going to this one company, and they were bringing out, because I would always audit people. And I want to audit all your records because I want to see where, you're buying things from, right? And for some reason, there was, in the records of all their paperwork, of all their transactions with all the companies that they bought from, there was a copy of a check that they had made out to my boss. And it was for, $500. And I'm like, well, what is that here for? And don't you pay directly to the organization? You don't pay to a personal check to. Why? And they said he asked us for that. And I was like, okay. And I was like, I don't know what to do with that, And I wasn't going to confront my boss because I didn't want to get in trouble, so I just let it slide. But then when it came out, it turns out every company was paying him under the table. And whatever. But and then it all came out. It came out in a big landslide. It wasn't just in one week or 1 month